Good morning. So far for this course, we have gone through 2 weeks of lessons, 2 weeks of discourse, soft skills for business negotiation and marketing strategies. Now, from today, we will have the 3rd week running. So far what we have discussed about the fundamentals of the hard skill and soft skill, and the soft skills sets which I have started. Under the soft skills sets, the personal skill has come forward. What happens in the whole skill set, when you are going for any kind of interaction in the business negotiations or marketing or sales or whatever, in that the first thing that plays a role is your personal skill, but there are many other skills, because you are interacting with people, you are interacting with situations, you are counteracting various situations. Now, in such kind of cases, what happens is that though I have focused my entire discussion considering that whoever is listening to me, they are going for either interview or job promotions or business opportunities or even for marketing. Okay? But mind it, the same set of soft skills which I have listed very elaborately as personal sets are also holds good for the person whom you are meeting. That means, personal skill is very much valid not only for you, it is also for the person you are going to meet. But every individual has to prepare himself or herself with that personal skill set. Okay? Now, once you go for further, under the soft skills sets, there is another set that comes in innovative skills. Now, innovative skills, here it has a little different connotations. Even if I said everything about the personal skills with a little bit of bias towards individual, innovation always played a very important role. If you really list out the entire sets and go through it, and then you will find there are some more skills which you do require, which really enriches your personal skill. They are all innovative skills. So, I am going towards this a little more in detail. Okay. In the innovative skills, quite often it is also identified as a creative skills, but creative and innovative, these two are slightly different. Creative is you are creating, but innovating you are creating something, but in innovation what happens is you are innovating a process. You may be innovating a product, you may be innovating a system. Okay? So, innovative skills I found is a better idea about such kind of skills that you have. The first one that comes in our mind, of course, you know that my entire list is always in the alphabetical order. In this alphabetical order, the first thing comes is the artistic sense. Now, one may ask me this question, that in the sales and marketing and business promotions and such other things, where is the role of art in it or art in it? The point is, when you are interacting with somebody, you are conversing with somebody, basically it is an art of conversation that we talk about, art of interaction. That means, it is a kind of something which gets generated, gets created, which has some refinedness in it. Okay? Your artistic sense helps you whenever you are trying to go forward with this kind of works. Artistic sense, by this I do not mean that you become a good painter. No. How you present it, how you create it, how you visualize it. Okay. How you, let me put it in the order, how you visualized it, how you created it, how you presented it, and then how you come back with it. In the entire process, the sense of arts or artistic sense works very, very strongly. When I will talk about the conversations in my 4th week's lecture, in which I will go very much in detail with these aspects. Next is creativity. The creativity is not really related to only your product, creativity of creating a good product or creating a good software or creating a good process. The creativity is of the entire thing. You are trying to go for a sales promotion. Your creativity will tell you exactly how you should plan for the whole thing and how you are going ahead. Product might have been developed by your own company. You are only a person who is supposed to go for marketing it. Now, once you are planning it, your creative sense or creative skill, which is highly dependent on your innovative skill, is going to guide you how should you do it. An example, let me tell you, a product that is manufactured or produced by your company and you are one of the 5 salesperson, no clue, no guidance is given to every individual of you by the company that how you sell it. They only give you a backup data with respect to the technical details of the product. You know a bit of technical details of the product, you know the price, you know what is the importance of it and everything. Now, just push these 5 people out of your office and then you see each person will go to different persons, and it is naturally, since 5 of you are going from the same office, you are not going to bump into the same client. You will be divided into different zones. Once you are going to different zones, you will have the different clients. One person comes back with say 3 sale orders, another person comes back with 1 sale order. I do not know, maybe you will come back with 5 sale orders and one person comes back with no sale order. What happens? The product is different. No, the product is same. Then where is the creativity? Creativity is that how you are marketing, whom you are meeting, at what time you are meeting, how did you fix up your appointment, and how you really go ahead with it. That is what matters, and that is the creativity. There you would be really creative, for which you do not have to justify anybody. If your company is not interested to know how did you do it, company is only interested to know that you have been given a target and you came back with certain number of orders. So, this creative skill is very, very intrinsic. It is personal, no doubt about it, but what happens is that this personal skill requires a strong innovative backup. That is why it is under this category. Critical thinking is a part of innovative skills. How you think about the entire stuff, think about your products, think about the market, think about the clients, think about the approach, think about the utility of the product that you are selling, and think about the consequences of if you do not sell. I have heard many of my sales friends, they say if I do not sell and come back with no order, then of course, I am going to lose my job and the company is going to kick me out. The point is, it is a critical thinking, it requires a critical thinking. You must know every consequence of everything. See, for salesperson, it is a very standard thing that maybe that you will be given a set amount of salary, and then after that the rest is all based on incentives. How many orders you get, per order you get so much of incentives. So, somebody really accumulates a good amount of incentives, many fold more than the actual basic salary. Okay. How did he achieve it? Just like that? No, thought critically about every step of it. There is innovation in it. Innovation simply does not mean that you produce something new or produce some other process which is new. Here every step is innovation. Design sense, designing the product, designing the system, designing the team, designing the timing when you are going to do it, designing the timing for sales promotion, designing the time or the opportunity for publicity, even designing the publicity brochures, designing the publicity materials, the content, what would be the content, what would be the text, how would be the sizes of the fonts, all these, they all call for your design sense. And if you have that, I can tell you that you will really be rewarded by the company. Ideating is something very, very internal. Ideating does not really show products or outcomes. Ideating is in the mind. You sit quietly, think about the entire thing, think about the entire process, you are thinking, basically you are giving a shape in the mind. Then once you have ideated the whole stuff, then immediately sit together with a piece of paper and a pencil. Do not leave it for the next day. My sincere suggestion is that do not leave it for the next day, because many of the thoughts which you have ideated at this point of time just simply may fizzle out from your mind, from your brain, from your memory. Tomorrow when you sit, okay, today I am going to do the work what I thought which I ideated yesterday, then many of the points will just go out. Okay? Ideating is, having a full picture, trying to configure a full picture, which is maybe hypothetical at this moment. Why we say ideas? Ideas are something like, you think of something which might not be really existing. Many of the scientists who have invented or discovered a lot of things, basically they have first ideated it. So, the idea came in their mind. To give a shape to the idea or to see the end result of the ideating, they started working on the research. It may took, say, for some people it might have taken, say, about 10 years or ages. For some it may be a few days or weeks, but the thing is, ideating is your innovative skill that you should have. When I am saying all these things, innovation itself is a path. In the innovative skill, innovation means every time you innovate. See, from your company a product is being developed, and then every time you are selling, do you really follow the same process every time or every year? Maybe you will just innovate the next process, the next process, the next process. As you are doing it for your own sales and all, because I am focusing on this, people who are developing these products, they are also innovating. Sometime what happens is, when you go to your client and you have sold your product, you have gone for servicing, you have been requested to go for servicing, and then you take the feedback from the client, and client tells you something that, okay, these are the limitations which, if they were not there, the product could have been better. Then you innovate there itself. How do you innovate as a salesperson? You innovate thinking that, okay, whom should I give this information back, and what is the real problem my client is expressing? Take that together and work it out. Don't even hesitate. If you think that you don't want to rely on your memory, take your small notebook out and the pencil, note down the way you are thinking, and if necessary, maybe you talk to the client upfront and get his points and innovate that how it could be improved. This innovation sense or skill of everybody, that really has guided in getting so many shapes of the same material, something like mobile phones, or several shapes or color or displays or the sizes of, say, desktop monitor or keyboards. Every time, say, keyboard works, pick up any keyboard, it will work. But the thing is, innovation will call for, understanding. There are certain basic things. I told you in the first day that a keyboard has certain keys and exactly in the same place, universally same. But then also you find there are so many designs of the keyboards where things have changed. Things have changed for various other small things. People might have thought that, okay, only the keyboard and the alphabets and the figures or numerals on the top may not be enough. Then they have given a numerical keyboard on the right hand side. Okay? And where, how, which of the keys should be there, these are all innovations. And then when a multimedia thing came in more strongly, then people started thinking my keyboard also should have all multimedia features. That means people are innovating every time. This innovation is, or you can also say it is a design innovation, okay, no problem, but the design innovation came because you have an innovative mind. So, innovative skill, which we have said in these different terms, you must have a full-fledged, innovative mindset. That is what is important. This point, oblique thinking, this is a very serious issue. Oblique thinking is what? You are always used or habituated or trained to think in one line for anything you are thinking. Have you ever looked into this particular thinking track, whether it is right or wrong or could have been better? For which what you do is mentally take yourself out of this particular track, go on the sides, look at it from the side. Oblique means from sides, when you see from different angles. So, the idea, when you say in our discussions, quite often we say, can we think of this point in different angle? Basically, this different angle is oblique thinking. And oblique thinking, people who do it, I also tell you one thing from my experience, people who do oblique thinking, they really innovate, because otherwise everybody is following the same track and they remain in the track of the mundane stuffs, and they always create run of the mill products. They always follow or tread the path of everybody what they are doing, because they learn from their seniors, learning from the friends. But people who have the oblique thinking in their mindset, that skill, they will always find out an alternative way of doing it. Alternative way of doing it is only valid when it gives you a better result. Okay? But quite often I have also found people who are habituated in oblique thinking, they might become an impediment to the work. So, when I am saying the good parts of it, something is also coming in my mind that okay, I am thinking in this line, I have a time target, and suddenly if I start thinking that I would be doing an oblique thinking, then you are putting a brake on it, trying to see on this side, you are losing your time, you are losing your target. So, oblique thinking should never be an impediment in your work. If you have time, then what you do is you use that additional time that you have at your disposal for oblique thinking. But oblique thinking is a great skill not everybody possesses. Everybody is fearful of this oblique thinking that okay, if I think differently, then definitely my process may be disturbed. Actually, it is not. But however, there are so many such, so I am discussing. Problem solving is one innovative skill. Somebody who does solve problem, they are highly regarded in the company, because when there is a problem, nobody has anticipated it, suddenly everything falls out. Okay, nothing is going on wrong. You will find one soul out of your group will come forward and say, okay, let me look at the whole stuff. Let me look at the situation. Let me see how it can be resolved. Okay, he solves the problem. Not necessary, he will solve the problem to the best possible manner. But at least for that time being, when things have collapsed, his problem solving would be very effective. Now, problem solvers are quite respected. And who is the problem solver? Is there somebody who is designated as a problem solver? No. The problem solver gets created from the group suddenly. There is a chaos in your entire activity at point of time. There are multiple members who are really, they do not know the headway of solving this. Suddenly one soul, he says, okay, let me try. And you may not have much of confidence on him, but maybe he will solve the problem. So, we do not require somebody as a designated problem solver. In fact, problem solving skill is in each one of us, only the degree varies. If you can point out the problem, you can always solve the problem. Most often people fail to point out the problem and they beat around the bush, beat around the problem. They cannot pinpoint the problem and ultimately it is not solved. Securing is one innovative skill. This is very surprising. Some of my students always say that what is there in securing, what we are trying to secure. Securing is a very strong innovative skill. I will tell you what is securing I mean by. Suppose you are trying for a product promotion. You have been given a target. Every company gives a target. You are going towards various clients. There is a background research which is done by your own people. You know the potential clients, potential buyers, potential markets, everything is fine, everything is given to you. You are backed with lots of data, background research data, fine. You go for sales. If you can secure the sales, then you are respected, and securing the sales is not that easy. Ask any of your salesperson friends, if in the first shot, if anybody has won a contract, then he is either very talented, innovative or lucky. Okay? Securing simply means that you have to have that innovative skill that you ensure that you have gone for something and you got the contract or you got the offer, or even for students, you have gone for an interview, there are 50 others, there are 2 posts, there are 50 others. You secured your one of the 2 positions, secured it. This is innovative. It requires an innovative skill. So, innovative skill is quite often psychologists say that it is intrinsic. It is there in yourself, and you may not learn it. That people say. I somehow feel innovative skill also can be honed. It can be nurtured, it can be created, it can be injected. because every individual has some degree of innovative skill. Only thing is how it is trained. Somebody who can play cricket, give him a bat or ball at the young age, he may be doing a little bit of bad or poor performance. But if you train him or her, you will find that that person will become a great cricketer. Every sports person, every artist, if they have been trained by somebody, their innovations has gone manifold higher. I am not talking about those people who are born talented or born innovative, but I am not very sure that are they really born innovators or born talented. Probably they got it, they saw around, looked around the products or the kind of things or the kind of games or kind of paintings, got interested in it and then started developing. Okay, so innovative skill is a little special kind of skills. For those who are trying to hire people, I have a suggestion. People who can innovate, they cannot behave like common people. If you take 10 engineers, out of which 10 engineers are qualified, they can do the same kind of works, but not 10 need not be innovator. But for those who are employing people, who are hiring people or leading a group, I have a suggestion that try to identify every individual you analyze, test and see who has the innovative skill and to what degree. It is your responsibility to find out whether individual has the innovative skill. That is important. This innovation skill has to come forward, and if you can really track them and give them a little bit of boost, they will become a great innovator and a real asset to your company. So it is not really, one can draw, one can sing, one can play, one can create, one can make some products. No, every time there is something new or new or new. All the great, scientists, they are innovating. All the great, I would say, who are who have developed various networking mechanisms or different other, websites and all, they are innovating every time. So it is a very special skill which individuals have to a certain degree. So for some, it may remain dormant throughout their life because they didn't get an opportunity. So innovation skill, even if it is there, it never got flourished, and others who force themselves to innovate and ultimately get lots of products. Okay. Next in this is influencing skill. See, now you look at this. Personal skill is your own skill. Innovative skill is also your own skill, but a little different from personal skill. It can be encouraged, it can be allowed. I remember a few of these cases that a company was running an electronics item business. I am not naming for very obvious reasons. The chief manager was reported, or somebody complained to the chief manager saying that I saw a person every time in the evening he enters the store in some pretext and he leaves with some of the small chips in his pocket. He leaves the factory and then goes home. I think he is pilfering. He is pilfering these items, and that is bad for the company. Of course, it is bad for the company. If it is being pilfered, it is bad for the company. Now look at the thing. Chief manager said, keep and watch what he is pilfering. So there was a kind of watchdog who watched and found that he is taking small circuits and all such kind of things, transistors, circuit and all that. It was reported to the chief manager that these are the things which he is pilfering one by one, which can go into the pockets. It's not a big thing. Then the chief manager called that gentleman without any menace. He didn't humiliate him. He said, I know that you are creating something and you require some items for that particular creation, and which you don't get everywhere. We have. I am giving you freedom to pick up any item from the store and take it. You do not have to really write it down. If you want, you can write it down. I am giving you freedom to take that particular item. Do what you are doing at your home. You do it. Bring back what you are generating. Do you know what was the result? The person is an innovator engineer. He was doing day-to-day work in the factory, in the shop, but he had an innovative mind. He had a creative mind, and he knew that what I am doing today is, or every day, I am getting salary for this, but there could have been a better thing which I could have done. But if suppose he would have gone to the boss and said, I want to do something different, boss by protocol would not have allowed. So, he would have lost that zeal. So, what he did is, unfortunately, of course, unfortunately, that he pilfered. Now, the chief manager, when he said that, no, you do not have to pilfer, you take it, and told the storekeeper that when he is there, do not lock the store, do not lock, let him take what he wants to take. You know what happened after a few months? That gentleman came back with all those items he pilfered from the store, and ultimately he assembled and made one machine which has now become world famous. This is innovation. Now, the point is, let me put the same thing first in the place of the person who is innovator. If he was not having innovative skill, he would not have developed something which has become now a very favored or coveted product of the world. We would have missed it. The world would have missed. We, the technical people, we, the users, common users, would have missed that particular item. A printer, okay? We would have missed it. But the thing is, now you look at the responsibility of the other person, the chief manager. Chief manager is watching, and he knew that this person has an innovative skill, which is not same as all others. They all are good, but he has something special. So, he allowed him that much of liberty and the freedom to do this, because he knows that if this gentleman innovates something, he will not go out to the market and do whatever he wants. He will come back to us, and it will be beneficial for the company. This is where the thing is, innovative skill, try to identify. Personal skill is one set, but always try to see if innovative skill is there. Then comes influencer skill.